Hey guys, Anna here with K9 Co-Pilots. This is the beginning of your take-home video after your board and train program. Before I go get your dog, I want to go over a couple simple equipment usages before we start showing you how to use them and what to do with them. I want to show you how to use and put on and manipulate both the prong collar and the e-collar technologies mini educator. So first up is your Herm Springer prong collar. This comes home with you for your dog, fitted to your dog. As you can see, the links are not sharp, they are dull. What the prong collar does is it gives an equal amount of pressure around the neck to make a fair correction to your dog. Essentially the same idea behind a mother dog correcting a puppy for doing annoying puppy things. That's what you're doing with a prong collar. This is simply a training tool that makes your dog understand what you're saying to him and understand that they have to do it. So, how to put this on? On your prong collar, you will see there's a little flat square in the middle of your collar. This is where you want to take on and put off the collar. So you're going to connect it and disconnect it at this spot. So to put this on your dog's neck, you're going to put the prongs next to the dog around his neck. You're going to put one peg in the little hole. You're going to squeeze and push the other peg in there, and it should slide right in. So it looks like this. Now to take it apart, you're going to simply push these pegs out of either side of this square. So you're going to take your thumb on the top, maybe put your finger under there and kind of push your thumb back towards the link. And I'm going to show you that again. To put it on, you're going to put one peg in, squeeze till the other one goes in, and it'll slide right in there like that. Again, to push it apart, you're going to push the little square down towards the bottom of the pegs and pop it off. This is tight. It will get looser as you use it. This is a brand new collar. So just be ready, just be used to that, be warned of that. It's not a big deal. Again, pushing them apart, pop them apart, put them back together, one peg in, squeeze, slide them in. So there is your prong collar. Next up is your mini educator collar. This is what we like to refer to as the collar or the e-collar. This is what we're talking about when we refer to that in your go home video. First things first, how to charge it. There are two charger pegs on the end of the charger. There is a charger port on the back of your remote. This goes in here. And there is the same charger port on the back of your collar unit, right here. This goes here and plugs into the wall. My recommendation is that your dog wears this collar from the moment you wake up until the moment the dog goes to bed. Then take the collar off and put it on the charger every night. Rinse, repeat in the morning. So, when you take the collar off the charger, you're going to remove the charger. And you have your remote and your collar. And there's two parts to turning this on. So, on the top of your collar here, you'll see a light and a red dot. On the base of your collar, you will see this red dot here. You're going to take this red dot, place it next to this red dot, and as you can see, a green light will turn on. Give it a second, it will blink green. There it is. That means your collar is on and charged and ready to go. You may also see this light blink yellow or an orange. That means the battery's about to die. If it blinks red, you're about done. The battery's dead. If you put it on the charger overnight, it realistically takes less than an hour for a full charge, so you should not have that problem. On the remote, so now the collar is on. Again, if you want to turn it off, you put it next to each other, turns it red. Put the two red dots together, green means go, it's on. There's the green light again. So now you have your remote. This is the front of it. This is the back. This is your pocket clip. You can remove that by pressing down this top part here and sliding it off. Again, slide it on, press the button down, slides off, no big deal. Here's the back of your collar. So there's two buttons, an on-off or light button with an L on it and an MC button. To turn the remote on, you want to hit this large button back here and hold it down. The front of your collar will turn on. You can see a number and a C. This will blink green. The 1D at the top means one dog. You don't need to do anything about that. The C button, or the C here, means continual. To change that, there's an MC button on the back. That means momentary and continual. When you touch that, you'll see it changes the display here to M and C. You want it to just have a C. Momentary is simply a nick. We don't use that. Continual means it's continual stimulation until you release the button. Right here is your number or your level. That is changed by this dial. If you turn it counterclockwise, it goes down. If you turn it clockwise, it goes up. Each dog is different on their levels, and we'll talk about that more on your video. So again, clockwise goes up, counterclockwise goes down. If you'd like to lock the level, let's say we usually run your dog at a 20, you can hold this down, the number will blink, and now it won't accidentally get bumped up or down. If you want to be able to adjust it, you simply hold it down again, and you can adjust it from there. Now, the different stimulations on the collar, there's 3 different options. There's these buttons on the side, the 2 S's, that's stimulation. That's on the left of the face of your collar. To the right is a T, or a TENS, or vibrate. This is simply a vibrate. If you hit this button here, it'll just make the collar vibrate. It doesn't do anything other than vibrate. On the other side, the 2 stimulation buttons. The black one is your go button. That gives a 10 stimulation when it's on 10. The red button gives an up 5 or a 15 stimulation. Either button is fine. This one's stronger than this one. So again, the button on the top is your go button. Button on your bottom is the bonus button. And this is vibrate. I usually use the vibrate to simply make sure my collar's on and I didn't forget to turn it on. That is the skinny on your e-collar technologies mini educator, and we will get on now to your go home video of your dog. Hey guys, Anna here again with our friend Sugar. Before we get going on your video, I want to show you real quickly how to put the collar on to Sugar. I put it right up real close underneath her chin. You can see it right here. It's just a regular buckle. And I need this to be pretty tight. Basically fit 2 fingers of it pretty snugly. Reason behind that is you need the contacts to make contact with her neck no matter what she's doing with her head. So this needs to be pretty tight here, right underneath her chin. There you go. With this extra collar, you can cut that off. I usually just run it back through the butt. There you go. Back through there. All right, so she is ready to rock and roll. So on this video, good girl, I'd like to show you guys not necessarily what she can do. You guys have already seen that in the past videos and also on our visit to Family Farm and Home yesterday. You've seen her heel, you've seen her stay, you've seen her come, you know all that. What I'd really like to go over in this video is what to do if she doesn't do what you tell her to do. At this point, to be totally honest, Sugar is a really nice dog. She is highly educated, she's very well trained, she likes to listen and she sees value in that. But at the end of the day, she's a dog. And dogs make their own decisions, so I want to show you how to make sure, you know how to control her when she maybe makes the wrong choice. Sugar, come on buddy. So first things first, go place. Good girl. Go place is her go to place command. That means go to your spot and stay there. I don't care if she sits or lays down or stands on that place as long as she goes to it. She doesn't get to stand up there and tip tap and dance and squeak. That's not appropriate. But if she's on her place and calm, good. Now, if Sugar was to come off of that place for any reason before she's released, and that really quickly her release word, okay means she can come off. Good girl, buddy. I say okay, I invite her off, she can come off. For any other reason she gets off, if she just decides to do it on her own, you're gonna hit her button, the stimulation button on her collar, and make her go back. Now I didn't hit it there, she didn't make a mistake. Sugar, come on. Good girl, go place. Super. So, go place is a really nice tool to use in a lot of different situations. One of my favorite uses for it is when you have someone come to the door. If someone knocks on the door, my first reaction is to tell my dog to go place. If they're on their place, they're in control, they're quiet, you can either tend to the UPS man, you can tend to your guests, you can get everyone inside, you can unload the groceries, whatever it may be that you need to do, and your dog's out of the way and also minding its own business. If she is to come off that or choose to come off on her own, you're simply gonna say, go place, and hit the button once. She's gonna head back, good girl, good job, buddy. She's gonna go back to her bed. Every time you say place after the first command, that second command is paired with a press to the button on your remote. So it looked like this. Place, 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 until she goes back to place. Good girl. Obviously I didn't use the stim there. She had no reason to be stimmed. The same goes for the sit or the down in any situation. You tell her to sit. If she doesn't sit, it's followed up with a sit, sit every time. I really want you guys to be conscious of what you're saying to her when you're talking to her. We've talked about this a couple times since we started working with Sugar about not doing the shotgun or the automatic rifle commands where you're like, sit, 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 sit. That's not fair. She doesn't understand that. So it's Sugar, sit. Sugar, down. Whatever it may be you need her to do. Okay, buddy, come on. Good girl, come on. Yeah, there you go. That's a good dog. Super, buddy. Sugar, come here, Dad. Come here, buddy. Sit. Yeah, good job. Sugar, down. Nice, good girl. Okay, down. Stay. Something to be really aware of with her is she's really never trying to be a bad dog, honestly, ever. So if you simply tell her what you'd rather she do, if she's getting too wild, she's getting wiggly, tell her to down or tell her to sit and control herself. Put her into obedience and then praise her there. Honestly, in Sugar's world, there's no real reason for anyone to be upset with her, honestly, as long as you give her the information. That's your job now as her owner and her handler, is to give her information and show her how to be right. Let's say she starts barking at that window. Here's the exception to these rules, okay? There's a couple things that Sugar's not allowed to do. Go after the window, bark at another dog outside of her fence line, jump on people. Those are absolute no's. When those situations arise, I don't give her a command. I simply hit the button until she stops. I might even hold it down. If she was to run to the window, charge the window, and be like, bar, 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 I would hold the button down. As soon as she stopped, I stopped. She's probably gonna turn around, look at me and be like, what happened? And I'm gonna say, that's a good girl, what happened, good girl? And I'm gonna make her not pair me with those corrections. I don't wanna pair myself with the negative markers on things I don't ever want her to do. If you're consistent with this over the course of maybe a week or two, those behaviors will simply go away. At this point with me or with Jeffrey, anyone in our kennel, we can't ask her to jump on us. We couldn't even beg her to because we've been consistent enough with her for the last 4 weeks. She's not allowed to jump. If I'm coming up on her and she looks excited, I just tell her to sit and she sits down. That's a good job, buddy. Come on. Okay. Go, boys. Good girl. Super, buddy. Something else you guys mentioned when we picked her up was the way that she greets other dogs is really inappropriate and slightly aggressive. I don't allow her to greet other dogs, especially on leash. That's a really unfair situation to a dog. So off leash, she has been put in certain situations where it's been controlled and she hasn't had a problem there. But I want to show you a little bit of her reactions now to other dogs. I'm going to go get another dog out of the kennel and just walk it by her while she's on her place. Her job is to simply ignore them. When you take her on walks, before I do this really quickly, when you take her on walks, if you're walking and you see another dog walking your way, pay it no mind. Just keep walking. If she gets excited, I want you to give her a couple leash corrections or a collar correction. Tell her to heel and just keep walking. Walk with a purpose, go where you want to go, and don't bother with her. Do not let her drag you anywhere. You walk where you want to walk. If she hits the end of her collar, you make a correction or you do something about it that shows her that's not what you like. Sugar is very, very conditioned to the electric collar. She's really good about it. So if you're walking down the road and another dog's coming, hypothetically speaking, and she starts to show interest and get excited and you say, heel, and you hit the button, she should come back to normal and continue walking with you. That's your job now as a handler. I'm gonna go out right now and grab another dog. I'll be right back and I'm gonna show you a couple of things that we've worked on. Place. Good, place. So you can see already, she's excited to see her, but her training says she must stay on that place. This situation here, heel buddy, is no different than if you were out walking. Her obedience, sit, says she must stay in heel position, regardless of what's happening around her. Good girl. Heel. Super, buddy. Good job. Come on. Good girl. Sit. Nice. Bacon. Go place. Place. Okay. Good job, buddy. Place. Sugar, sit. Super. Yep. Sit. Excellent. Sugar. Yeah, good girl. So as you can see right here, she knows the dog's there, she's aware of it, but her job right now is to sit. I have given her information, I have told her what to do. Sugar, heel. Super dog. And I'm gonna even up the difficulty here real quick, a little bit more, and just show you how strong this is. Sit, stay. Bacon, place. Stay, place. Good girl. So she's 2 foot from that other dog. She has been told to stay. I don't mind that she laid down, that's completely fine. But her job is not to run off and charge after that dog. Her job is not to go play with that dog. Her job is to leave it alone. Good girl, Sugi, good girl. Good job, buddy. Okay, stay. Good job, buddy. Super girl. There you go. Place. Good job, buddy. We'll put you away. Good job, Bacon. All right. Come on. All right. Okay, so I'm going to take her front collar and her line off now. There you go. Okay. Let her just be free a little bit. Sure, come. Super girl. There you go. Sit. Nice. So the last thing I want to cover with you guys, honestly, is her recall. That was one of your guys' main concerns too, was that she didn't come when she was called, especially when she was outside. I want you guys to be very careful in the way that you call her right now. Sugar, come. Atta girl, super, sit. And what it needs to look like every time, it needs to look the same. You need to be fun and light in your voice. You want her to want to come back to you. Say her name, Sugar, come. As soon as she starts headed towards you, good girl, atta girl, praise her as she's coming. Make it worth her time to come back to you. If she does not turn and engage in the recall upon your first command, so if you don't say, Sugar, come, and she starts heading towards you, that's when you use your collar. So what it will look like, and I'm not gonna hit the button because she's right here. Hit. What it would look like if she was off in the distance at the fence line or running the fence, and you were to say, Sugar, come, and she doesn't come, you're gonna say, come, 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 and hit the button, come, until she turns and engages in coming back to you. No more corrections. Good girl, good girl, good girl, good girl, and invite her back in. As soon as she gets to you, party. So if she's gone, okay, go on, buddy. Go on. She's a good girl. Here, buddy. Yeah, yeah. So she's off playing with a toy, doing what that's good girl. So fun. Come on, buddy. Sugar, come. Yeah, that's a good girl. She comes, that's a good girl. There you go. Cut her up, okay. And then release her. If you don't want her to have a big old fat party, sit. Hey, come on, sit. Good girl. Tell her to sit. Sugar, down. Nice, good girl. So, as a conclusion, I hope you've enjoyed what you've seen here today. Sugar has been an absolute joy to train. If you guys have any questions whatsoever or need some clarification, want us to come over and help you out, the number is 810-730-8665. That way you have it on video again, 810-730-8665. Or you can email us, Facebook message us, whatever you need to do, you know where to find us. We're happy to help you out, right? Yes, you ready to go home? Thank you very, very much, and we will see you tomorrow.